What's up, YouTube? It's the dawn where shit gets real. And today, we're going to be looking at, some people call it Smok something. I call it Smok. The Smok Pro M80 Plus, okay? This is an 80-watt device that says it has temp control. Now, I'll go, I say says have temp control. I'll go into more detail when we dive up close. Without giving a spoiler alert, let's just dive up close and talk about this M80 device. Oh, by the way, before I dive up close, please watch the video because I'm going to be showing you guys all of the stuff that I'm going to be giving away. I got to give a shout out to Steve Teague. Steve Teague is a good, Facebook friend. Met him once. Just a great guy. He's like me. He likes to give stuff away when he ain't using it to help out another vapor. And he came through big time. Matter of fact, I think he's giving away more stuff than I'm actually giving away. He's giving away a lot of stuff. I am giving away quite a bit of stuff, and he, pitched in too. So please stay tuned and watch the whole video so you can see how to win and see what's being given away. So let's dive up close. All right. So here's the Smok X Pro M80 Plus. Okay, so here's the box that it comes in. It's a nice little box. This one took a little dive on this corner, but it's a nice little box. It tells you a little bit about the device on the back. It has an authentication scratch piece down at the bottom with a little serial number. It tells you that this is an 80-watt device. It has two 18650 light bulb batteries in it that gives you 4400 mAh. And it also tells you that this is a temperature control device, okay? On a good temperature control. So I'll get into that more later. Okay, so let me open it up and tell you how it comes. Of course, this is a sleeve. So once you take the sleeve off, you get another box. Slide the top off that. And here's the device. Now, put this device to the side and let you see what else comes in this box. Okay, so you got your Ego, top 10 to Ego Pickamajigga for those of you that still uses, Ego devices, and it comes with a USB charging cable. That's it, charging. It does not carry any data through that cable. All right, so if you need to update your device, please use one of your phone wires, mini USB. Okay, so I just hit the reset button in here, and I'll let you see what it looks like when it first comes on. It's going to tell you the version that it's on. Let me take this off, take it off of autofocus so that you can actually see it. So to turn it on, it's 5 clicks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I don't know if you saw that, but it said version 0006. Okay, so this is version 6. Okay, so let me show you the top of the device. Now it does have a spring-loaded 510, which is very, very stiff. Now notice that 510 protrudes way up, so when you sit, you have to almost push it to start spinning some atomizers. Now this one, you just put on here and spin, and it fits fine. So let me screw this all the way down. And it's 22 millimeters. This is a smooth, it's 22 millimeters exact. So if you all you 22 and a half, 23 millimeters, it's going to hang over, okay? And it's not wiggly or anything, and it sits flush, not crooked by any means, okay? So let me take this off. Now, the top of this, it's like, mirrored finish material. I don't particularly like that. Let me wipe this off. Don't particularly like that. I did order a wrap for this device, and it does have a little slot for air, okay? And the bottom is the same way. Now here's your charging port, and you can take this bottom off to reveal your batteries. Now here's the venting for the batteries as well. Now it has these grooves up the side. You see that? This grooves right here. It runs all the way up both sides of, well, just this side of the device, okay? And on this side, here's your buttons. Power, plus and minus, okay? So let me show you the menu real quick. I'm going to run through this really quick. So to turn it, to lock it, it's 5 clicks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now it's locked. So every time I hit the button, you're going to see the date and time. Okay. 2015. This is 410. I hope I set that right. And it looks like it's 449. Okay. So it won't fire when you have it locked. Put the device on here to show you that it does not fire. It does not fire. It shows you the time. So if it's locked and you want to know the time, just hit your fire button. Okay. Don't look at your cell phone. Hit the fire button. Okay. So let's unlock it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now it's unlocked. Okay. So it has, I believe, 4 or 5 different settings. To get into the settings, it's 3 clicks. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's you can do a mech mode, you can do wattage mode, or you can do temp mode. Okay, mech mode, wattage mode, voltage mode, wattage mode, and mech mode. So what is this wattage mode? Okay, so I'll get back in there. It's 3 clicks. This right here is your puff count. I'm not going to mess with that. It says I puffed it. What does that say? 184 times. Okay. So here's your you can set your clock. I'm not going to set the clock. And here is where you can set your temperature. So 480, 460. Now it goes all the way down to 200, and it goes all the way up to 900. Now I have no idea why somebody would want to vape at 900 watts on temp control. I always keep mine between 400 and 550. That's I haven't built something that can withstand 700 degrees. That's like Canthal degrees. I don't know. But it's ridiculous how high it goes. Maybe somebody will come out with a reason to vape that high on temp control. Who knows? But me personally, I'm always between 400 and 580, 600, 600 maybe. All right, so let's get out of that. Make sure I'm in mech mode. And you can turn it off at 5. So you can power on, and you can hit it again and turn it off. Okay, so those are the 3 settings, 4 settings. So I'm leaving in wattage mode for right now. Okay, so in wattage mode, here's my downfall for the device. Okay, so here we go. So here we go. We got this Goliath on here. It's reading 3.8 ohms, and look at the volts. You can't see the volts. Can you see it at all? Let's see. Try to adjust this. Okay, so you can't see the volts at all. Okay, so the only time you can see the volts is when you're hitting a button. So let's watch this. So it's 3.9 volts. And I say, okay, well, I want to vape at 4.5 volts. Let's turn it up. You never know what 4.5 is until you hit the button. So since it's not in temp control and it's on, Canthal, you sit there, hold the button, you're gonna burn the cat. Okay, so let me take a time. Okay, so again, now it's 4.02 volts. So that's one downfall that I have on the device. Now, there's no delay. You hit the button, it fires. None at all. Okay. Now, it does go all the way up to 80 watts. And I don't have one of those devices that measure the watts. But, putting it next to my IPv3, it's close. It might be off 5 or 10%. Who knows? But it's very close. It gives me what I think is 80 watts. Okay. So I'm not an expert on that. And, I turn this up and down to taste. Okay. So I'm not really concerned if it's, 3.5% off. So here's the scrolling. It goes all the way down to 6 watts. So from 6 watts to 80 watts. Okay. So let's take this off. And let's throw it into temp control. I'm going to talk more about this temp control when I go back up on FaceTime and give you my true, honest opinion on this. trying to bump the watts up. Okay, so this particular build is reading 0.16, I believe. I'm looking at my computer. 0.16. Let's fire it and see what it does. 329, 480. So it jumps up much faster than version 5. Let me take it to it. Very good. Okay, so with the DNA 40, I always had to take the atomizer off after I built the coil, after I fired it, then put it back on to get the right reading. It was always, I mean, always going into temp, I forget what it's called, temp protection, or, you know, saying that it was getting too high. Okay, so I will tell you this. Building coils for this device, it's so much more forgiving. Okay, so here's a 28 gauge compressed, what's that, 15 wraps I got on there of NI 200. Let's see if I can get this thing to focus better. Let's put on autofocus and see what it does. Nothing. Okay, there you go. As you can see, that's a compressed coil. They're all touching, and it still reads it. I've had nothing but good luck building coils and this thing reading it without giving me all kind of craziness. Okay, so now I know the fanboys are going to be like, oh, well, does it burn dry cotton? The answer to your question is a honest hell yeah. You put some cotton in there right now that's dry, you got a fucking fire. Okay, now what I will tell you is that when you wet your cotton, it will not burn it. Unless you continuously fire this thing for a ridiculous amount of time. But I'm going to talk more about that when we go up top. So let me hit the fire button and hold it. This thing will focus. Okay, so that's better. So hit the fire button. Just hold it until it times out. It times out. I believe it's 10 seconds, I believe. But yes, it does not burn this at all. It actually gives me a great vape. I haven't saturated this cotton in a minute. I've just been puffing on it, and it gives me a great vape. I know that brick is way too long. All right, let me take a toke. Yes. Okay. So I'm gonna go back up top, see if I forgot anything. I'm gonna go back up top, and I'm gonna give you the nitty gritty on it. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go back up top and give you the nitty gritty. Okay. So let's go back up top. Oh. Yeah, I'll go back up top. I'll show you up top. All right. So we're back up top talking about this $50 80-watt device. Okay. So after playing with the DNA 40 and playing with this, before I thought about this, I said to myself, you know what? I'm going to wait until they, come out with another version of the temp, or they update it, because it seemed like a lot of problems, right? And I got one, and buddy of mine let me hold it for a week, and trust me, it was a headache. It was a headache. Some of you guys are used to it, and y'all going to say, oh, it's great, it's fine, it's easy, whatever. It was a headache. It was not forgiving. I found myself taking the atomizer off, putting the atomizer on, rereading it. When it would adjust, it wasn't fine. It was just a headache. was always reaching the temp limit. I was building all these coils. It was just a headache. Okay. This thing, so forgiving. It's not a headache. Now, I'm not saying that this device is better than an RDNA 40 or Vapor Flame. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying to you is that in temperature control mode, this thing works. It works. I'm not sure if it's reading the temperature. I'm not sure if it's pulsing it. I don't know what it's doing, but it works. It does not burn. And the fact that it does not burn wet cotton, it works. It works. Now, you put dry cotton in here, you're going to have a fire. It's just point blank, you're going to have a fire. Now, Evolve and the SX Mini, they don't burn wet cotton. I don't vape wet cotton. I mean, dry cotton. If you vape dry cotton, that's more power to you. I don't vape dry cotton. I vape saturated cotton. Now, I will tell you this. On the DNA 40 and on this, when the cotton starts to become dry, you get a very distinct taste. On the DNA 40, the vape becomes weak. This right here, the vape becomes a little dryish, telling you that your wicks are dry. Okay? So, and at that point, it still does not burn the cotton. It's telling you, hey, put some juice on me. Juice me up. And the DNA does the same thing. Juice me up. So, with that aspect, you know, it does not burn saturated cotton. I don't vape dry cotton. Now, you have to remember, this is a $50 device, right? And I believe this is their first run at it. They knew it was janky. So they gave you that opportunity, or they're giving you the opportunity to do updates. Because trust me, version 4, I don't know if there was a version 1, 2, or 3, but I know version 4 and 5 was not as good as this. It made the same device better. Now, as far as I know, you can't update a DNA 40. As far as I know, unless you know something I don't know, maybe you can. You can't. Once you buy that, you're stuck with it, whatever it does, until they come out with another one, and then you buy that one. Okay? So, take the temp control and throw it out the window, right? Would I recommend this device? Yes. It's a $50 device that does 80 watts. The 80 watts, I couldn't tell the difference between 80 watts on this, on my IPV. I can't tell the difference. If it's a difference, it's very little, very, very little. I don't have one of those machines to hook it up and tell you if it's exact or not. Me personally, if it's too warm, I turn it down. If it's not warm enough, I turn it up. In that aspect of it, it works. Now, bring the temperature control back into the picture, right? If you're that person like me that just wants to tinker with it, see what it's about, get it. Get it. I mean, or if you don't want to be that person walking around with a $50 device, you want to spend more money, then go get yourself. I haven't used the SX Mini, but I'm willing to bet. I'm a betting guy. I'm willing to bet that it's probably a better vape experience with the SX. I'm willing to bet it is, because I know that DNA, it gave me a headache. It gave me a headache. To be honest with you, every time I see somebody with a DNA 40, they got like a Genesis on it. They got a Genesis on it, you know, using it with steel mesh. And I'm saying to myself, why? You know, think about it. You only give you 40. So if you're not using a temp control, you only got 40 watts. It's a very accurate 40 watts. If you don't want to use temp control on this, you can build to your heart's content. Fire away, build 0.2, fire away. You get 70 watts, 60 watts, 75 watts, up to 80 watts. So, and you got pretty good battery life. I mean, not pretty good, really good battery life. And I know some of you guys are saying, oh, well, it's got built-in batteries. When they're done, they're done. The whole device is done. Let me say something to you. You buy this device now, it's April, and let's say the batteries only last a year. Next April, we probably gonna have about 4 or 5 more of these damn things. Trust me. Trust me. And how many people you still see walking around with Hannah boxes, the real ones, the original ones? How many people you still see walking around with Hannah DNA 30s? Not a lot. Not a lot. They probably still have them, in the corner, or they sold them, and they probably passed hands. Nobody's still walking around with sort of somebody's ears, but it's not a lot. Here's a better example. I'm not trying to pick on Evolve. How many people you still see walking around with Vamos? Let me take a tour. How many people you still see walking around with Vamos that, you know, are still vaping? Not people that just got into vaping and bought a Vamo, but had a Vamo last year and still rocking that too. This shit's evolving so fast, and you know, I'm about saving about. You know, you spend $300-400 every time the next new device come out, you be broke. You be looking back, looking at your shit like, damn, do I really have to spend that much money? You know, I'm not saying don't buy nice stuff, because I really want a nice box, and I'm trying to wait for SX. I want the SX chip, and I want it with 2 batteries, and I want what I want, and I'm gonna get what I want. If I have to make it or I'm gonna wait, I'm gonna get what I want. But back to this device. I like this device. $50, 80 watts. Throw the temp out the window. $50, 80 watts, great device. Put the temp back in the picture. $50, 80 watts, and temp control that works. It works. It's very forgiving. It's easy to learn on. You can get this and see if you really like this. Go and buy yourself an SX. I don't know, but I like this. Let me take another time. It's still in temp mode. It's delicious. Coils, they're not even sitting in no juice. They haven't been sitting in juice for I don't know how long. They just wrapped around. This old sloppy stuff I put together. And it vapes. Now I can tell when it's cotton start to get dry. And when I can vape it till it's white. You can tell. At that point, it's time to rewick it. But let me stop talking about this device. I love this little thing. For the price, you know, it's a great entry level temp control. It's very forgiving. If you guys just want to tinker with temp, go grab this. You know, if you want, you know, an investment, I would definitely go get the SX. Unless you want the DNA, go get the DNA. But as far as I'm hearing through the grapevine that they didn't already are coming out with a newer version of it. You might want to wait for that one. But let me tell you guys what I'm going to start giving away. Now, I'm going to give a special shout out to my man, Steve. Steve is a friend of mine on Facebook. We actually met one time. Great guy. You know, Steve donated a lot of stuff to give away on my channel. He pretty much knows that, you know, I pretty much buy all the stuff that I'm reviewing and giving away. Ain't got to that point where everybody's sending me stuff yet. So he knows that. He appreciates what I'm doing. He appreciates that, you know, I give away stuff and try to help people out. And he does the same thing. And Steve, I appreciate you. I appreciate what you did. Now, Steve, me and Steve, we go toe to toe on Facebook. You know, we just because he sent me all the stuff don't mean we agree on everything. He'll say one thing, I'll say another thing. We constantly, you know, going back and forth. Steve's just a great guy. You know, he understands that this is a lot of this stuff is opinionated. He has his opinion, I have my opinion, and we see eye to eye on helping people out. So thank you so much, Steve. So let's get into this stuff. All right. Steve donated an Arctic. And with this Arctic comes coils. I never had an Arctic, so it's going to be kind of tempting giving this away without trying it out. So you got an Arctic and you got coils. All right. So this stuff, this is Steve's old equipment. Steve has sanitized this stuff. This stuff, you probably can take it to a hospital and it'll pass no germs on it. He boiled it, whatever he needed to do with it. He cleaned it up. The coils are brand new, okay? Goblin, okay? So Steve donated a Goblin with the 5 mil tank and updated screws. Now, I don't have it down here with me, but I am donating a Goblin as well. I'm giving away a Goblin as well. So one of them's going to have updated screws and the other one is not, okay? It's gonna be kind of hard giving away those updated screws too, because I ain't had to update the screws. Delta 2, right? Delta 2 coils. That's gonna be different. Another Delta. This one is sealed in the box, still in the plastic, never open. That's gonna be given away. Coil jig. And I know some of you guys will be like, I don't need no coil jig. Coil jig is the shit. I'm telling you, it's the shit. Coil jigs is it's the shit. You need to step your game up. They got some some square ohm, square wire. Now, I don't know about this one. I just don't want to give this to somebody and blow themselves up. This is 22 gauge square wire. And I had some of this and I gave it to a more popular reviewer. For him to review it. He hasn't reviewed it yet. I might peel some off and show it to you guys and still send it out to somebody, to one of the winners, because I gave all mine away. I'm going to show you this. It's got some royal wire and some cotton. I'm not sure what gauge this is. If I had to look at it and guess, I would think it's 22. I would think 22. Might be 20. I think it's 22. 22 gauge royal wire. Also, be giving away this bad boy. This is the Smok Pro 65 watt device. I'm going to do a review on it before I send it off. So if you win this, you're just going to have to wait a couple of days before I put it in the mail, because I'm doing a review on it. I'm going to take a total of it. It's a 65 watt device. I'm just going to say that. Let me take another total. It seems like it's giving me all the watts that it says. I mean, it's very tiny. I mean, it takes one 18650. You can charge it. You can put it in mech mode or wattage mode. I don't know if I said that about this, but you can put it in wattage mode, mech mode, and temp mode. So that's about it. I've been talking for too damn long. And a lot of juice. A lot of juice. I got to thank Heating It Up Vapor. Heating It Up Vapor donated a lot of juice for me to give away. Cloud Compound said that he would give away some juice, but I'm not going to hold him to that one on this giveaway. Maybe my next giveaway, I'll have him donate some juice to a lucky winner. Maybe when I reach 2,000 subscribers or 1,500, one of them. Whatever milestone is next. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for commenting, whether it be good or bad. Thank you for your inputs. Thank you for your suggestions. Thank you for watching, really. I really, really appreciate it. I just try to keep it real. I'm not a fanboy of nothing. I am a fan of, calling a spade a spade. I'm a fan of that. So if you know anybody that's on the Stinkies, you got some extra equipment, give them your old equipment, tell them if they don't like it, give it back, give it to somebody else. But the goal is try to get at least one person off the Stinkies, especially if it's your family members. You love your family members, you want your family members around. I wish somebody would have gave me some of this stuff a long time ago. And today, when you get into this today, you got so many choices, so much better than when I first started vaping. It's so much better. So yeah, if you know a family member that's smoking, definitely introduce them to this. Tell them about the safety. Tell them if they don't like it, hey, give it back and give it to another family member. 9 times out of 10, they're going to say yes. Let me try it. And remember, turn the airflow down, turn the wattage down when you first give it to them. You can't just give it to them like you roll. Everybody don't roll like you roll. They're going to take a mouth-to-lung inhale, and if they do that, they're going to choke. They're not used to the flavoring. They're not used to the PGVG. Tighten it up, turn it down, because they're going to, in their mouth and then inhale. Just try to remember when you smoke cigarettes. You don't do lung inhales on cigarettes. So, with that said, turn it down. Until the next time, pay it forward. Oh, by the way, I'm going to make the video like tonight on who's going to win this. So if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. It's not too late to win. Matter of fact, when I'm giving it away, it's going to be 3 winners. So just subscribe. Just put it that way. Just subscribe. Thanks again for watching.